Welcome y'all to another episode of Walk the Talk with Kurt and Chelsea.
I'm Kurt, she's Chelsea.
And we are so excited to do another episode for you guys. If you didn't see our first one, it was about self-development, something that we are very passionate about. But something that we didn't really talk about in that one is how much self-development has really kind of sparked or inspired us in different ways. It's kind of every time that we get a new perspective through self-development or life tip or life-changing kind of habits through our self-development, it's really kind of been our motivation to keep going on or maybe a new goal set.
And that's one of the biggest questions that we get asked is, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep that spark? How do you keep working out for year after year after year, or eating chicken and broccoli and vegetables and things like that year after year? And it is, for us, that motivation is the initial spark to want to make a change, to want to do something different, learn a new skill, better your career. It's just the initial spark. But for me, that motivation does not last. So some of the types of motivation that I get is from listening to videos, podcasts, other speakers and stuff that really just kind of fit my message that I want to develop in my own lifestyle. And for some people, it's music that they listen to at the gym and stuff for their workouts. To get them pumped up.
It's when Fergie comes on and I want to do that extra set because it's Fergalicious and, I'm going to pump out another rep. And like you said, it's short term. It's when someone asks me, how do you stay motivated? I refer back to, it's not about necessarily motivation. Motivation is that first trigger that gets you to want something. For me and my health journey and to learn how to work out and clean eat, I was motivated because the doctor sat me down and said, hey, if you continue down the unhealthy habits that you are practicing and, you keep having these issues with your eating disorder and we don't change the habit and the relationships that you have with food and your body and your mindset, then you're going to end up down this path. You're going to have health problems. You might not be able to have kids because you're messing with your hormones. There was a variety of different things. So that's what really sparked my first initial, motivator to want to continue down this path. And for everyone, it's going to be a little different, and it might not be health or health related, but it might be your business or your finances, or
time with your kids, your family, travel more. And I think that I think it's the initial why you want to make a change, why you want to make a difference. And so I know, like in my coaching courses and stuff, that is one of the first things that I do is really getting people to identify their goals and not just identify them, but why they want to achieve them. I think it's so important to really understand, why are you doing this? Why are you on this journey in the first place? Why are you wanting to go after this new thing in your life, whether it's a new skill or maybe it's a complete lifestyle change with your mental, physical health, family, things like that. So I think it's very important that the motivation, the initial spark, I think that that's keying in on your initial why you're wanting to make a difference in the first place. And those are things that you can fall back on whenever things do get tough, when the bad days or the bad weeks or the difficult times, how do I bounce back from this? It's really one of those things that you can fall back on, later on. We always, for me, I always write them down. I keep them in a journal. I keep them on my phone. I have a list in my wallet of, why I'm doing the things I'm doing, whether it's with my health, physically, mentally, business-wise, and those are the things that you have to fall back on. And those are things that, again, can re-spark that initial motivation to why you want to make a change in the first place.
Yes, and whys can be externally motivated or internally motivated. So however you come up with that why, it has to be personal to you, and that's what's going to make it stronger for sure. And then when you're talking about your why or that initial motivation that you have, what's the next step? And the next step is developing habits in order to achieve that lifestyle, or in order to achieve whatever it is that motivated you to think, I want that. I want that.
That initial spark, it's getting that good daily discipline, those good daily habits that are going to get you to that lifestyle. So it's not just setting an end goal. It's okay, now what are these steps that I need to take to get me there? But more than that, it's okay, how do I do this every day consistently over time to get me to that end goal? And so I think I'm big on routine. I have to have a set routine, and I've done this for years, whether it's with physical health or mental health or anything business related, and career related. I think that it's so important to have that discipline, on those days that I don't want to get up out of bed. I can go back to my why and that spark, but it is that motivator to continuously get me out of bed every day to work on my health, to work on my business more, to work on my relationships more. So,
and you're really good at buying into changing, and you're really good at buying into a new habit. Like you said, he's a very routine person, and he's very good at those new habits. I'm someone who struggles with that a little bit more, and it's something I've had to really, really work on to develop and strengthen. But something that I know for me when I'm creating these new habits is I know it's going to take a lot of time. Like I know it's going to take more than 30 days, 60 days, sometimes even 90 days to change my previous habits to a habit that I want. And so something that I do is I create kind of a reward system. So maybe short term, every couple of weeks, I'm just reminding myself of, not only my why, but how far I've made it. Maybe I'm rewarding myself for the small little choices I'm making throughout the day. And then maybe I set a more long term of, okay, if I keep this up for 60 days or whatever the case may be, then I get to have a spa day. Or I get to go and buy myself a new workout outfit or something along those lines that it keeps me motivated to keep going. But it's because I'm staying firm in those healthy habits that I want, or those goal-related habits that I want to achieve and make my lifestyle.
But it's important to not let your reward, contradict what you're working towards. So
Yes.
If you're trying to lose weight and, eat healthier and stuff, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with having cheat meals and stuff. But that is once you've really established those good, healthy habits over the long term. If you're trying to save money, don't reward yourself by going and doing a one-day shopping spree at the mall or something. That's kind of contradicting what you're working towards. So you can reward yourself, and those are very, very important because you should reward yourself. If not, you're going to get caught up in the burnout. You're going to burn yourself out. You're not going to be motivated to stay going and stuff. And it's, whether it's with your working out, whether it's your job and stuff, you need to have those pauses and resets to kind of reflect on how far you have come, because I think that's something that, and I've noticed this in my coaching courses with clients and stuff, is that's so hard for people to realize, how far they've come in 6 weeks until they step back and say, wow, that is amazing how far I've come in 6 weeks. But, they wish that they were farther along or something like that. Mm-hmm. But like she said, this doesn't, happen overnight. You didn't get this way overnight. So it is, consistently doing these habits, over the long term to reach your goals and to reach the lifestyle that you ultimately want to live.
It's a cycle for sure. It's a cycle, and that's a great reminder of it. Is you might have that initial spark or trigger, whatever it is that motivated you, and then you're going through your habits, you're creating them and putting them in a routine. You're rewarding yourself, whether it's internally or you're going out and getting something, and then you're reminded back to your why and your motivator. And you're just going back through that. A lot of times, even at the end of a 30-day challenge, I'll have people who, they were so excited to start it. They started all these healthy habits and a routine and everything, and it's awesome and it's great. And we get to the end and we're celebrating and all that good stuff. We're feeling good. We're rewarding ourselves for what we just accomplished over those 30 days. And then by, 45 days, I see some people fall back into those old habits. I'm like, no. Remember why you started that first 30-day challenge. Now let's go another 30 days. And then we'll be at 60 days. It's just a cycle, and it's reminding yourself that it's a cycle, and you have to continuously keep that going.
Absolutely. And so when we do have those people that are starting to fall off the bandwagon, or you do check in with them, maybe like she said, 15, 20 days after you stop, coaching them. And we're all guilty of this. So I've done this with different things as well. But I think that's why you go back to your why, and you have to be passionate about what you're actually trying to accomplish. Some people want to lose weight or they want to work out because they see somebody else doing it, but they might not care about it as much. So I think that's something that you do need to make sure that your passion, the thing that you're actually trying to achieve, the goal that you're trying to achieve, is something that you actually care about as well. So
definitely no. So yes, we hope that you liked this video. We hope that you hopefully got something out of it, and we gave you a tip or a trick that you might not have thought about before. And we are excited to make another episode next week, and we're going to do it over a support system.
Yep.
And the importance of having a support system.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So, feel free to subscribe, share with your friends. We hope that you guys continue to follow us and get some more questions and suggestions submitted to us. So we'd like to be able to help you out any way that we can.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.